You're watching News 9 at 10.
This ain't gonna last very long.
Ranger 9 was in the sky watching as a police chase ended painfully for a man police say had been fighting with a woman earlier this afternoon. Nick Winkler found out why officers pulled their weapons.
Kelly, first the man ran from police, then he ran out of breath. It caused officers to pull out their weapons and eventually interrupt another young man's chores.
Coming up on 25th, southbound on Penn.
Police lights and traffic lights did not stop a man driving a red Bronco. Police say the man drove away from a home when they showed up to ask him about a fight he had with a woman.
He's gonna bail.
Yeah, I felt a little bit nervous myself.
Jordan Walcott stopped cleaning his bedroom and watched from a window as the man slid out, left the Bronco in gear, and jumped over Jordan's fence.
And the police were cornering him over there next to that van.
So this is gonna come to an end real quick here. This guy's running out of gas.
But not ideas. The man stops, turns around, and walks towards the officer. The officer retreats and pulls out his baton.
This may get ugly. You may want to pan out.
We do pull the camera back in case something bad happens. Meanwhile, the officer tries to hit the man with a baton. Jordan is watching.
He was just saying that he gave up and that he was cornered, but it looks like he was just trying to trick them and trying to run away.
Hopefully this policeman's got a taser. They're going to have to take him down because he is not going down. He's getting down.
Police do taser the man. He falls. No gunshots are fired.
He was just a little bit shaky and he was just saying, "I give up." And
did it look like it hurt?
Yeah, it really looks like it stung really bad.
The man is cuffed and taken away, and Jordan is off to finish cleaning his bedroom, leaving a bit of 12-year-old advice, though.
I would tell him it wasn't a very smart idea to run from the police because that could do some really bad damage.
And police say they arrested the man for assault and battery in relation to that fight they say he had with a woman at that home. They say they will also hold him on a complaint of running from police. Kelly?
All right, Nick Winkler for us tonight. By the way, police say the woman involved in the fight with the man who ran from police was not badly hurt during that fight.
More than a dozen families can do nothing but wait tonight, wondering if their loved ones are still alive after an explosion trapped them in a West Virginia mine. Poisonous gas has made it impossible for rescue crews to get inside earlier today, so workers are just trying to make up for lost time right now. The men have been trapped since around 8 this morning, more than a mile inside that mountain. So far, no communication with them has been established. Out to California, where Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has declared a state of emergency in 7 counties. 2 powerful winter storms flooded the northern part of the state. Right now, Napa is 4 feet underwater. Officials worry the state's levee system will fail if the rain keeps up.
Well, we need some of that rain. We did get a reprieve from the fires today, but we're worried about tomorrow.
If only we could get a little bit.
Just a little. If we could just send a little bit our way, I think at 4 feet, and we have zilch.
Any luck? Anything in the future?
Let's take a look.
Okay.
So let's check our next 90 days. And right now, the outlook is not really all that good. Above average conditions and across the central and southern and southwestern parts of the country. And usually when you're above average on temperatures, you're below average on precipitation. That's exactly what the forecast holds for us for the next 90 days from the way it looks at the moment. And we need green painted on this map. We need precipitation desperately, and right now it's just simply not showing up in the forecast. In fact, it looks dry for about the next 2 weeks at the moment. 44 and 61 are the numbers for today. 78, the record high for this date, and -2, the record low, so it can get awfully chilly this time of year and quite mild as well. And right now we're sitting at 1/10 of an inch below normal. The second day in here into January, and it looks like we're going to continue below average. And remember, we're more than a foot below average for 2005, so that does not include 2005 there. Let's check Will Rogers World Airport temperature there. 45 degrees, a calm wind. Isn't that nice? Won't stay that way for long, but it's nice right now. Dew point 34, 65% on the humidity. Other temperatures here across the metro area right now. 46 at Choctaw, 44 over at Meeker at the moment, 45 South Oklahoma City. There is a couple of areas showing up in the mid-30s already, Chickasha and Piedmont with these clear skies and light winds. That usually happens. 36 also at Medina, 38 Ponca City, and a 49 You folks down in southwestern Oklahoma at Altus. What's happening up top? Satellite radar loop over the last 24 hours. Very active east of Oklahoma, the eastern parts of the country. Severe thunderstorm and tornado watches in blue and green. And a number of tornadoes reported today as well, and not only in Georgia but also in Kentucky. So some rather odd weather going on around the nation, to say the least. Next storm system already moved through the west coast. It's on its way toward Oklahoma, and that is the wind maker for tomorrow. And that's also the troublemaker. Cold conditions tonight, light southerly winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now tomorrow, here's where the problem kicks in. We get that southwest wind again, and the winds just above the surface look like they're going to be out of the due west, and they're going to end up being about 35 to 40 miles per hour. Now, when you warm up into the 70s, some of that stronger wind can mix down to the surface, and so that's kind of what I'm expecting tomorrow. So windy, warm, and dry, the three combinations that we don't need right now. Cold and windy as we go into Wednesday. In fact, it could be very windy Wednesday morning, 20 to 30 perhaps on the winds for a while, for at least the first half of the day on Wednesday, so we may still end up in a pretty elevated threat for the first half of Wednesday from the fires that are probably still going on from tomorrow. 30s here across the state for lows tonight, so it'll be a chilly night. Highs tomorrow, 60s, 70s. You know, that's not all that far off from the records, and when you're that warm and this dry, it leads to extreme fire conditions. Red flag warning posted for central and western Oklahoma, anywhere basically west of I-35. For the metro, 34 in the morning, 67 by noon, and 73 4 p.m. And more importantly, those winds southwest 15 to 25, and they will be gusty. And let's see, 59 Wednesday, 54 Thursday, so a little cooler to round out the week, which will help firefighters for sure. But Saturday may be another very, very bad day, so we'll be watching that one close too.
Thank you much, Michael. Appreciate it. Now here comes Kelly with his 2 cents.
We all have those little pet peeves, those circumstances out of our control that just annoy us, such as being in the drive-thru lane at a fast food joint, then after paying, being told to pull forward while they cook some more fries. Hate that. Well, that's what this little book is all about. It's called Life's Little Annoyances. The author has compiled some responses people have come up with to deal with these annoyances. Some of my favorites: the guy who gets annoyed at the grocery store express lane because the person in front of him has more than 12 items, so he counts out loud each of his items as he puts them on the conveyor belt. Another guy was so annoyed by an adult video store opening in his neighborhood that whenever he drives by, he honks at the customers coming and going from the store to make them paranoid. One office has created a cell phone prison. Whenever an employee's unattended cell phone goes off, coworkers drop it in a cooler to muffle the sound and embarrass the owner. And this is one I've got to get. It's called the Knee Defender. The Knee Defender. It's a little device you can put on your airplane tray table to keep the person in front of you from reclining into your knees. That is a great gift for anyone tall on your list. If you've come up with any tactics to fight back against life's little annoyances, I'd love to hear about them. I'm Kelly Ogle, and that's my 2 cents.